Number 10. The Synagogue at Marstrand. The Jewish colony on Marstrand was responsible for ensuring that everything necessary for Jewish everyday life was on the island. It included kosher food, access to a ritual bath, and a mohel, ritual circumciser. It was also required that there were enough Jews, 10 men, to be able to hold a Jewish service. When Moses and Bella Salomon moved to Marstrand with their children in 1779 and brought properties there, the newspapers reported that 20 to 30 families had left Hamburg to move to Marstrand. They planned to set up a synagogue and had bought a room. What makes a synagogue is mainly if there is long-term storage of Torah scrolls there, which are read aloud 3 days a week. The room itself can be used for other purposes in addition to worship. It is often a school, study room, meeting room at the same time. Although it's been repeatedly said that Sweden's first synagogue should have been established here in the shoreline of Fredriksborg, however, it's not Sweden's first and probably not Marstrand's first synagogue. As early as 1780, there were enough Jewish people on the island for religious purposes. At an early stage, they took turns celebrating worship in each other's homes. As Marstrand's Jewish population increased, however, the need for a larger and more permanent place of worship increased. On September the 6th, 1782, the commander of Karlsten's fortress, Captain Henrik Leiden, reported that he'd been courted by 2 Jews who had requested, for an annual payment of 25 riksdaler, to be able to use the barracks as their synagogue. The barracks in question were located in the Fredriksborg fort, which had just been commissioned to guard the northern harbour entrance. At the beginning of October 1782, the matter was referred to General von Arbin, who personally turned to King Gustav III and approved the Jews' application. He pointed out that this could mean increased income for the crown, and that the premises were, after all, only intended for use by soldiers in wartime. The king approved the Jews' application, and the Jews in Marstrand were given permission to rent an arch in Fredriksborg to establish a synagogue there. The rent finally seems to have doubled to 50 riksdaler. A year later, a cantor could be hired, Israel Abraham, who was succeeded in 1791 by the calico printer Gabriel Schlesinger. In 1787, it was also applied to the magistrate that even Jews who stayed temporarily in the free port contribute fees to the synagogue's coffers. The room that was rented was probably the guardhouse that used to be behind the gate by the stairs. The entrance to this room was on the garden side.